Am I live? I am. All right. This might take me a little bit to get everything going because I have not done this before. Okay. Looks like let me check. It's crazy because I have no idea how any of the YouTube interface works. So hopefully I can figure it out as I go. First, gotta mute my audio. Alright. I've got so many, I think there's like 4 or 5 things that I'm gonna go through, but checking value for a bunch of cards today. So, I don't know. I don't even know what's in it. Well, I kind of know what's in this one, but there's like 4 others that I have no idea. They're kind of like sitting on right there. And card prices have been insane this last year, so I'm sure that what I bought for like a couple bucks is now worth a lot more. But we will see. Alright. I'm going to be checking mainly on pricecharting.com. Bring that up on the right there. Anybody watching, do you know, could you type something in chat? I want to see how long the delay is. I'll read it whenever I see, or maybe not. All right, I'm gonna start. First, I got the Great Tusk. I pulled this one in my daily chase the first one. It's a little off-centered though, so the top is thicker than the bottom. So I don't think that will be a 10, but ungraded $8. Probably a shit. That is not worth grading. It's kind of crazy. Because I think the cost to grade right now is, I want to say it's like close to $20 if you have a membership, or like the gold membership or whatever. So that is definitely not worth. Next, this one took me 60 something packs, but I finally got it. Can't tell. Yeah. There's some, it's kind of hard to see. But there's a little whitening on the corners. So this one is definitely, it's probably a 9. I might still end up grading it just because it took me so long to pull, but let's see what the Gardevoir is. Is that one? Yeah, you gotta be hitting a 10. I think with most of the modern stuff, you pretty much have to. It'll be a cool binder card though, but I might just grade it because. I might just grade it because it took me a while. It's my first daily chase. And this is the second one. I did not know it would be like that. This one looks better. I really should have added tabs to these so it's easier to pull out, but I did not. Can't really tell. They just don't look like there's no like obvious dings, but it just kind of looks rough. So I don't really have much confidence that this is going to be getting a 10, but again, it might be one that I grade just for fun. Yeah, pretty much. I don't know what a 9.5 is. Is that pulling in Beckett also? So I don't think PSA has 0.5 unless they change something, but ooh. It's hard to tell, but this is the Master Ball. It's the only good thing I pulled from Prismatic, but it was probably my top chase. This, I mean, obviously the SIRs are huge, but Brian. Who's that? Master Ball. Sorry, my camera keeps shaking. It's kind of annoying. $71. It's dropped some, but still a pretty good pull. I don't know. It's one of those things that PSA's gotten so strict with centering that I don't know that this will pass. I think the top is a little thinner than the bottom, so probably won't grade. That's just a Dawn. It's not really worth much. Just one I liked. Again, another one. I forget what these are from. This guy's not worth much either. There's gonna be a couple one-piece cards coming up that I'm only really gonna check, I think, if I know that they're worth something. Alright, next is Skarmory. I don't even really know what set this is from. Skarmory 209. From Surging Sparks. Alright. Be worth it if it's a 10. I'm sorry, I gotta stop leaning on the desk. Got a shitty stand, so it shakes any chance it gets. Looks pretty clean. The back is off a little bit, but I don't know. Again, like, this is one of those cards that I think old PSA would have had a 10 chance. New PSA, not so confident. I don't know when it was. They went to, it's like can be off by like 5% or something. Or used to, it was 10 as far as the centering. And I haven't sent anything in since then, so I don't really know. Starly, that was a cute one. Pretty sure I actually have 2 of these in this box, so we'll just check it once. Again, it looks a little off. You know, I was looking at some of these cards, and the PSA 10 prices are just insane. I don't know if it's like super hard to grade in a 10, but like this one, 680 ungraded, 125 in a PSA 10, and then it's basically like nothing in a 7 or a 9. Just kind of crazy. So it must just be that most of them are like off center. Like this one, the top is definitely thicker than the bottom, and the left is just barely thicker than the right side. It's kind of harder to tell on camera, but in person you pick it up pretty quick. I think that's, yeah, it's just something inside the, yeah. So this one's probably not a grading candidate. It's a cool card. But I'm guessing none of these will be worth. Is this another searching? Oh no, this is just a scarlet and violet base. Yeah, here's another one. Huge difference, especially, I mean, because it's $20 to grade. So if you have one that you know is perfect, definitely send it in. This one is not perfect, so definitely not sending it in. Cloth. This one looks centered a little bit. This is another card I have multiple of. Alright, yeah, same thing here. It's crazy, there just must not be. See, like this one, I've always wondered, it's kind of hard to tell, but this corner just doesn't look straight. Like it looks like it kind of like, it's straight up to about the like above the A, and then it slightly angles down and then goes into the corner. I've always wondered how that is handled with grading. I noticed it a lot with a bunch of vintage cards. Not as many with modern sets, but alright, I'm just gonna grab a stack. Got some One Piece. Don't think any of these are like super worth. I know these 4 were all from the special illustration promos. That's nice. They're really cool cards, but not worth the Juggernaut in chat. Nice. I always like the artwork on. I'll check the value on this one. The artwork is really cool. Yeah, that is. And One Piece is usually really clean, so there's a decent chance that they'll grade well, but you know, I'm blind. Help if I could spell too. Maybe I can just do this. There we go. Yeah. Ungraded, it's nice. 54.22. Probably not worth the grade though. So you'd have to hit a 10 and only worth a little extra. It's a really cool card though. So it's staying in a binder or a top loader. I don't know if many of the One Piece ones are actually worth grading. I do like this Nami though. Modern full arts, unfortunately, are not worth. Yamato. So I think the gold ones are considered secret rares. They're never super valuable, even though they're cool cards. I like this one. Gonna be honest, I don't even know who it is, but it's a cool card. Making a mess over there. All right. Shit, pulled out too many. Alright. I pulled this like right whenever the set came out. It was on a break with a streamer and I got lucky. This is pretty much like my only hit. I think I opened like 20 packs. And this was my only good hit. Oh, it's dropped a lot. Still worth it if it's a PSA 10. Which, it's close. Top and bottom look good, it's just the right's barely thicker than the left. I don't know. I'll have to visit potential grade, but don't know. And then the Alolan Executor. This, I think it's just the full art. Yeah, not worth grading. It's a cool card though. Nice, the Shanks leader in Japanese. Check the value on that one. It is OP09. Do they have it in Japanese? There we go. Probably not. It's close. I don't know how these grade, because like just looking at it right now, the top margin looks a lot thinner than the bottom, but the top and the side are the same. So I don't know how these are supposed to be centered. I know it was with the full art trainers. It used to be hard with Pokemon to really tell if it was centered or not, just because it would look centered, but they went out based off something else. Nico Robin. Ooh, that's a big one. I don't know what the price is yet right now, but in a tin, that thing was expensive. 94. I think this is just the full art. Yeah, it's not worth much. No grade. But this one. Same breaker. Hold this for me. And I'm gonna be honest, it looks very centered. Top is a little thicker. and there's a little bit of whitening down there. So this one's probably a 9, which is sad because I think 10s are going for like an insane amount of money. Still a very cool card. Mm, 10 would have been nice. 9's kind of right on that edge. Although, I think this is actually over the $20 threshold. So this one might be like 40 or 50 to grade. So it's actually probably not worth unless you hit a 10. Gold Leaf Energy. Cool. Not worth grading. This is a nice Nico Robin. Can't remember if this was like, I think I pulled it pretty close to whenever I started recording stuff, so oh yeah, I probably have this on video somewhere. 10's pretty close. 10 might be worth grading. It's just you have to hit, or you're losing money for sure. That isn't a potential maybe down the road. These two, not really worth. Modern full art cards, I think very undervalued, but not worth grading. Master Ball. I think this is the SIR. Let's see. Yeah, not worth. Partially because I've never heard of this Pokemon, so I actually started there's a Pokemon TV channel on YouTube, and I've been watching through the original Indigo League, which is pretty nice. I play it while I'm at work on my other monitor. This one would be worth if it's a 10. That's pretty close. I gotta keep I'm not used to this camera placement, so I'm holding a lot that I think are gonna be on screen visible, but they are not. Siblin. Prismatic Master Ball, don't think. Ooh, it's not even worth it in a 10. That's actually one I would buy. I would consider buying that, because somebody will want it, and I mean, there's no risk. I'm pretty sure it'll sell for at least, I don't know. I have a couple of these in the box. This I actually remember pulling because I found Pokemon cards at Costco, which seems just ridiculous to do now. I have a feeling these are just expensive. Like, everything's expensive because everything's a little off-centered, which sucks, but if you have one, it's very nice. Gold card's not worth much. Oh, here's another one. I do like this artwork. It's pretty cool. I don't know what set it's from though. Crown Zenith. Not worth grading. Cool card though. Definitely worth. This is the type of stuff that I think is definitely worth picking up for a collection. It's a cool card. It has really cheap ungraded, so long term I think would be good. Another very cute card. Probably, my guess is this is probably also Crown Zenith. Crown Zenith. Yep, also not worth. But again, cool card. Ooh, got a couple. Gonna have a couple of these prismatic promos because I was able to get 2 off the Pokemon Center website. So I have 2 stamped ones. Eevee. 173. Definitely only worth it in a 10. Not a bad card to have under. Although I heard that they're about to release a bunch of prismatics. So I don't know if that's in ETB form or what. So there might be a lot more of these on the market soon. Definitely worth it if you can get it in 10 though. These not worth much. Full arts. Already checked the price of this one. Here we go. Here's one of the Pokemon Center ones. I remember looking. This was like right before I started recording stuff, I think. Yeah, 65 raw is pretty nice. And this is the better one. My second one is definitely a little off-centered. But this is the one that looked good. So hitting a 10 would be really nice. I probably will grade this. There's a little bitty white speck. There you go. Maybe I won't. But still though, think that's kind of crazy. 65.50 ungraded, and I think the Pokemon Center ETBs are $60. So pretty much any of those you can get, definitely worth. There's the other Pokemon Center one. Yeah, see this one, the left side is definitely thicker than the right. And another one. This one's not stamped, so. This was one of the very first, it was definitely in the first 5 episodes of my first daily chase. And it was crazy because I was thinking about having that as one of my chase cards. But it just made more sense for the Curlia, Gardevoir, and Ralts. Dang. $300 in a 10. Oh yeah, it's not a 10. Top is a little thicker than the bottom. Which, I mean, I know they obviously grade on more than just the centering, but that's one of the easiest ways to not get a 10. So gold nest ball, cool, but not gonna be worth grading. Not gonna be worth grading. Not worth grading. I'm just gonna check this one. I think this is a Champion's Path, and I hated Champion's Path. I opened a ton of it, trying to pull one of the Charizards, and it did not happen. Arlong, cool, probably not worth the grading. Check the King. The King, I think I opened on one of the, maybe one of the special illustration boxes. $11.40, not worth grading. Cool card though. It's not gonna be in one of these boxes, but I have pulled a manga. It was the Shanks from OP09. Such a cool card. And that was right before I started recording stuff, which is kind of a shame, but it's part of the reason I started. My wife was looking through some of my cards, and this was one of her favorites. It's a lot in a PSA 10. And the right is thicker than the left. I love this card. It's very just plain. So some of the older full arts might be worth. I pulled this like right whenever I got back into collecting, and I don't know if it was 2020 or if it was 2019. It was right at the beginning of 2020. Be worth it if I could get a 10. Centering looks pretty good. Edges look clean. I don't know. Again, it's one of those things that I don't know. It's a very clean cut, but it's just not perfectly round. Like, so I don't know if PSA takes the shape also into consideration, but like this versus that, they're all a little weird. Just not super round, but don't know. Parasec, doubt this is worth anything. Most of the trainer gallery stuff isn't. Like basic one. I say that, but I think that some of the Brilliant Stars, the basic stuff is worth, like the Vaporeon, and I mean if you hit a 10, this isn't a 10, but it's a cool Charizard. One of the 3 from Obsidian Flames. Worth it in a 10, definitely not worth it in a 9. And I don't think that is going to be a 10. Mew. Looks alright. These are hard to tell if the top and bottom is centered, just because gold bottom, but then just a black top, so it makes me kind of nervous for that, but I don't know if y'all can hear my dog scratching. Worth it in a 10. This is a tempting one. I'll probably throw it in if I've got a big submission, or if they're running like a special. Check that one, check that one. This one's cool. This was one of also in the first 10 packs, my first daily chase. Gold cards typically are not worth even though it's a hyper rare, so it should be worth, but yeah, you gotta hit a 10. And I don't want to take that chance. I think that is it for the first box. What are you saying, Willie? You couldn't what? I don't know what that crown thing is. Oh shit, you're my top fan. Oh, couldn't hear Charlie. Gotcha. Hello, Jerry. I've just gone through my first box of stuff. It was all kind of newer things that I've pulled, and I think this is getting some older stuff. And this is the one of the Ditto cards from Pokemon Go. I wonder if anybody really has graded it in like as a Ditto. Let's see. Spin. It's not even fucking showing up. So probably not worth. No, I don't even want to look for it. Let me just real quick. Pokemon Go. It is definitely easier to find this. There we go, that's probably this one. Nope, and that's just a regular one. Oh, this is the Ditto. $200 and nice. That's crazy. Back is pretty. That bottom is thick. I don't think it's a 10. But I will be checking all of those. Don't care about this. Don't care about that. Don't care about those. It's a cute Pikachu. Very cute Pikachu. Probably not worth. I'll check to see what it is. It's probably worth like $4 is my, no, $3. I need to get a better that's a good guess. Would actually be worth it if I don't see, this is one of those that I don't know how often it would actually sell in 10, but so hopefully this one might be a lot of just reverses. Charizard V, probably not worth too much. Yeah. I like that Victini. Mewtwo. There's a non-holo Charizard, and there's a reverse one. None of the Radiants are worth too much. They're cool cards though. Got a cool texture. I really like this Moltres. I'll check it. It's probably worth like same as Pikachu, but another one of these. The Ditto. That's how you can tell. I have the Ditto, Radiant Charter or Venusaur is pretty cool too. Both of these. I don't think. I'll check. The Bidoof is another one of the Ditto cards. I think it was Bidoof, the Spinarak, and there's one more I think, but I don't remember. So many of these Radiant cards. None of the tools are worth that much. Another non-holo Charizard. Ooh, some cool. Let's set these aside. Some really miscut cards. I don't think any of these are ever worth grading. I mean, if it's on a cool card, it definitely is, but not on commons. So probably just hang on to them. Maybe in the future, if somebody really likes error cards, I'll sell them just like a huge lot of them. Radiant Alakazam is really cool. It's in a kind of a matte penny sleeve, so you can't really. Cool card. I think Greninja is the top one in that set. Radiant Blastoise, I'll check value for that. It's cool. I don't know what this is from. It's a really cute reverse Sylveon. Reverse is from Evolutions. Cool, but not worth. Probably not unless it's like a Charizard. Radiant Blastoise. Worth it in a 10. Radiant Alakazam. Probably same as the Blastoise. Oh, less than the Blastoise. Venusaur is never worth the same as Blastoise, so or no. Is that more? Maybe more than 10. Nice. It's possible. He's leaving me. Ultras. Fates collide. Oh, he's not leaving me. He's laying on the ground. Not worth, but love this artwork. Very cool card. Charizard V, no way this is worth much. Although I did see some XY Evolutions cards that used to be worth nothing and now they've got some value. Oh. This one. Brilliant Stars, worth it in 10. And look at how thin that top is. Definitely not the 10. One of the secrets from Evolution, same with this one. Oh. I love these Mew cards. Evolutions was so hard to get 10s in. Ton of breaks. Some hollow energy's not worth. Put some of these back. It's from Battle Styles. Very underrated set, I think. Cool card, cool card, cool card, cool card. Love this one and the Suicune I have at a 10, and then I'm blanking. This one I haven't graded yet because I know it's not a 10. Very cool cards though. I think all this stack is going to be good to look up. Is $7.95, $50 and a 10. Possible. I'll have to look at the back. I think it'd be worth it though. Galarian Zapdos. 19, more Astral Radiance. 988 and 54. I don't think it's a 10, so it's kind of hard to tell. In person, I feel like it's easy to tell at the top. Maybe it's just the way the aspect ratio of the camera or something. Weird zoom, or I don't know. Top center than the bottom, so not worth grading. This one's definitely the same issue. $12. Very nice binder card. Is that Gloria? I think that's Gloria. This is a cool card. Mainly because I like dogs. $14. Yeah, this is just back in the day when, see, it hasn't been that long ago. Quality's gotten so much better. Since, I don't know, towards the end of the Sword and Shield started getting better, and then Scarlet Violet's just been way better. Shadow Rider. Not worth. Not worth. I wish this was. Wish this one was centered, but it is definitely not. Because I would love to have this one and this one And the Suicune all in a tin. Artwork looks so good. $28 card though. My guess is out of the 3, yeah, is the least valuable. Very cool though. Crown Zenith just had a huge gallery. This is one of those trainers that, like, maybe it's popular enough or common enough that it's not super valuable, but all the flowers and the Awesome. There's no way that this isn't gonna be there's no way this one's losing value, I don't think. I think it's hit the bottom and is very collectible in the future. It's too cute of a card. Deoxys. V-Star. Alright, let's buy that one. Very cool. $21. Definitely not a 10. I don't even know what Pokemon this is, so there is no way it is worth much. And I'm right. I like the colors, but with this artwork, it is hard to tell what it is. Got a little divider. I think these are all going to be GXs for a little bit. Oh, never mind. There aren't too many of them. Oh, too many ends. Not worth. Bugs usually aren't worth, unless it's a Gardevoir. Not worth. Not worth. I would love to open Sun and Moon. I don't remember what the big hit was from that set, but anything from the Sun and Moon era would be nice right now. I do have some sealed stuff with Cosmic Eclipse. So technically I could open some, but I want to leave that sealed. Probably not worth much. GX 140 something. I feel so blind right now. Not worth. Battle Styles. If you know battle styles, you know that this is not going to be a 10 no matter what, because I think I opened this right when it came out. And that was the worst quality I've ever seen in my life. Yep, not worth. But we keep going. I'm just gonna speed up. I don't think any of these are worth. More just plain GXs. Got some just EXs. Check this old Alexam. I know XY stuff is going up in value. These are the type of cards from Evolutions that have gone way up recently. So I'll check. I have multiple of each. I don't know where all of them are, but maybe check this. One of these. This was. Is this a promo? Or did they just repackage this one and make it a promo? Anyway, don't think it's worth. Not worth. V-Stars. Not really worth. Oh, this one's cute. I think Leafeon's my favorite. I'll check it just because it's a Charizard. Check this one just because it's Leafeon. I think that. Yeah. This one's not. Oh, I see another. I remember it was this one and the Shadowless Hitmonchan. They were so warped that I just left them in books for like ever trying to flatten them out, and it did not work. So I'm sure there's probably creases in there. So cool cards, but not too much value. Not worth. Charizard, V-Star. Worth it a 10. That's not a 10. It's too thin at the bottom. Pidgeot EX from XY Evolutions. So that's a 104. Definitely worth it a 10. But XY Evolutions was not the best print quality, so that one's definitely not a 10. Very cool binder card though. What is a 54A? Oh. That's a cool card. I don't think I've ever seen it. I would rather have that one. It'd be worth it in 10. I don't know where I got this one. I used to buy some collections. So some of these cards are probably, well, might be from collections that I bought when it was a lot cheaper to buy. I would love if Goodwill started selling more cards. Like, you used to be able to find collections at Goodwill at a pretty reasonable price, and it would be such a cool video series, going and buying old collections and going through. So it looks pretty solid. Maybe. Venusaur EX. 1. Yeah, 1. Oh. It's a reprint. Not worth. This would be worth in a 10, but look at how thin that top line is. In the right. Not a 10. Alakazam EX. It's 25. Yeah, just 25. Okay. This one I might set aside. This penny sleeve is dirty. Another one I wish I had a tab in here, because I'm going to destroy it trying to pull it out. There we go. Can't tell. There might be a little like weird thing on this corner. Yeah, that's not going to be a 10. So on to the next. Not worth, not worth, not worth, not worth grading. It's gonna be a good section. Good section in this box. Shit, it's already 6:11. I might break this up into like a 2-parter because I still got a lot to go. Probably go through this box and then come back tomorrow. More Astral Radiance. Maybe I opened more than I thought. All right. Not really worth. If you get it at 10, worth, but probably not. Yep, same. Kingdra, very cool card. I wish there were more. There's some cool Kingdra cards, but not too many. TGO3. This one would be worth for sure. And it actually looks, the front looks pretty clean. Oh, it looks really clean except for that. Still a very cool card. TGO2. Probably not worth. Very cute card though. Vaporeon. Oh, just hit the mic. This is one of the ones that I think is over like 12 bucks. Yeah, $12. Definitely worth it if you can hit a 10 on it. I remember Brilliant Stars whenever I first opened it. I loved that set. Still like it. I have a lot of it sealed actually. I think that was the first set that they brought back the trainer gallery, if I'm not mistaken. This one would be worth it if you can hit a 10. Got Melody. Is it Melanie or Melody? I think Melody. Only thing with Sword and Shield air cards is that it's before they changed the borders. Looks pretty clean. Don't know that I'd spend my money grading it though. Cool card. Another Vaporeon. We looked at that one. Sitting on this looks better. I don't know if anybody will end up watching it, but I'm assuming that PSA cares about kind of like the frayed edges. It's not like damage, but it's like not a perfectly clean cut. You can actually probably see better like that. I wondered, I saw it pretty often on some One Piece cards, and that was more because there was one of them that I wanted to grade, but it had that on it, so I don't know if it's worth. And I just got lucky because the mailman walked by and Charlie didn't attack. Which, if you know him, is shocking. Yep, this is another one. Look at all of that on the side and on the top. This is such a cool card. $145 and a 10 would be really nice. Yeah. I lived with the Juggernaut for a while, and so he knows Charlie. Already looked up that one. Off center. Snorlax, very cute. You know, I'm worried going through my collection that if my wife sees it and sees me going through all these values, that I'm gonna show up one day and my collection's gonna be gone. This one looks pretty good. The cut, I can't tell. The cut on the top looks a little weird, but not bad. This would be one that I want to grade just because I like the card. We already looked at this one. Very cool. Spidey card. Not worth grading. All right, more character illustrations. Probably not worth grading. Jolteon from Brilliant Stars. Did they? I don't remember if they had a Flareon in the trainer gallery. It looks pretty clean. They don't take, PSA doesn't take into consideration the back as much as the front, so it's a very cool card, but I don't know that that would be a 10, so I probably won't grade it. Very cool colors on this card. It reminds me of the Miriam in one of the newer sets. Has the same kind of colors. Be worth it a 10, but I don't think that is centered enough. Already looked at this guy. The very cute Alcremie. Hopefully you can't hear that licking. Surprised this isn't worth more. I remember people were really excited before the set came out about that card. Oops, Stagoon. This one looks pretty clean. These are all, man, whenever I started grading, it was $10 a card, and if it was still $10 a card, I would be sending a ton of cards in. But those days are long gone. Maybe with like a new grading company, but new grading companies come and go so fast. They just never hold the value the PSA holds. GG08. Ooh. This one would be worth it if it's no, I don't think it's that. I think it's too off-centered. Very cute little Paris. Probably not worth. Riolu? I think all these are all these I think are Crown Zenith. Yep. This one's a little better. If you could hit a 10. Again, it's like, it used to be 60-40. So, as far as like the full borders go, this could be 60%. This could be 40% on the left. And it would still technically could be considered a 10 for centering. Same with the top and bottom. But then the new rules, I think it's 55-45. So I don't think this would fit that new criteria. Manaphy. I must have opened a shit ton of Crown Zenith. Because I have a lot of these cards. And I don't remember buying just lots of them from eBay. A little better. I don't really like Magnezone as a Pokemon, so I don't think this one's worth the risk for me. I just looked at this one. Cute little Voltorb. Suyin. GG01. Very cute artwork. But not worth grading. We already looked at the Jolteon. Got another Vaporeon. I gotta look through and see if any of these are gonna... Both of these don't look like 10, so... That is sad. Okay, got some more stuff. Going to top loader, so I don't know what. That's why evolutions. Non-check value on the Charmeleon. Got a full art Lapras from Shining Fates, I think. More full art. Check this guy. I have this one in a 10. but I kind of remember I saw something wrong on this one. I want to see what the value is though, so I'm checking it again. Base set, base set. This one looks pretty clean from base 2. I'll just see what, I'll check those. I haven't looked at vintage prices in a while. I'm sure there were so many printed base set that I'm sure it's not a ton. And this I think is Cosmic Eclipse, which was an amazing set. Yeah, it'd be worth it if I could get a 10. I have a 10 on some, like, a couple. This one looks pretty clean. The back is a little off. Back might be good enough, though. The front looks really centered. I'm gonna set that one aside. I think I might grade that one. Clefairy number 5. Base set. Ain't no way I'm getting a 10. I would absolutely love to be able to open a base set pack at one point. If I ever actually monetize my channel, I guess this is probably like a 6 or 7. Not worth grading. Definitely cool binder card. All the what did, oh, I'm blanking. The white can't think of what the white was. Just completely left my mind. But all those were super hard to grade. So like I think that the Chansey population for PSA 10s is just tiny. So it's probably a very expensive, there we go. There were just so many more really, really clean looking ones that got graded a 9. This is nowhere close. It's got a bunch of whitening down here. Very cool though. This one looks a lot cleaner, but my guess is it's probably the same. The hollow just looks way cleaner. Like this one could possibly get like an 8, probably. But it's base set 2. Jeez, even base set 2. Chances are a lot. Huh. Very cool card. Charizard. This is number 212. $67 card, nice. I think I have it in a 10. But this one, I remembered. It's like Charizard has a little pimple. There's a air with the texture. right under his eye. And I think that would keep it from being a 10. Besides that, I remember this card looking really clean, which is a shame. But I'm guessing that would knock it down to a 9. I think my other one graded a 10 though. It was in my it was a series of shorts where I went through like a really big PSA submission, and I'm pretty sure this was in there. Oh, it might have been in Japanese. I think it was in Japanese, so it wouldn't have been worth as much. Reverse hollow. That's why that if it could possible 10, it actually looks centered. I'd have to really go and check. I'm telling you, XY Evolution's print quality was doo-doo. Very cool card though. I have a first edition Gyarados, basic Gyarados, which is pretty cool. It's so beat up, but it's a really cool card to have. Is 10. Would have to hit a 10. I have a Charmander. I might have a Charmander and a Charmeleon in a 9. Just because I like the card. Let's see what else is in there. This is the last of this box, so I think I'll probably end after this. Vulpix is cute. I love this Mew. This is another one of the Cosmic Eclipse. And then these, I think were Champions Pads, so it's worthless. Everything is worthless in that set except for the 2 Charizards. Alright. 2, 4, 2. Maybe worth it in a 10. I was sad I sent in the Piplup from this set and got a 9. This one looks pretty clean. It's a possible grade. And then last one is the Mew from XY Evolutions. 53. Not that one. This is the one. 165. This would definitely be worth. Definitely be worth if. No, it's pretty clean. This is a maybe. But I think the reason it's probably that high is just because they're, again, the print quality sucked. Very cool card though. But anyway, I think I'm going to break these streams up into a couple because I don't know that I want to stream for another couple hours. But so I'll probably be back tomorrow. Thanks to everybody that joined. and hope you enjoyed.